Ja, ja. Und alles gut? Ja, ja. Müde.
Isn't our life a journey? And memories as souvenirs we take along with us? Some memories are so special and we want to hold on to them forever. May we never be too busy to see the beauty and the importance of these moments. May we never, ever take one single one of them for granted. I feel so lucky to be able to capture moments like these with the push of a button, and to be able to relive those memories again and again. I am so very excited for this very first video of 2024, and I hope that you really enjoy it. I have dedicated this year to videography. My goal is to really film as much as possible, but also to include my documentaries that I have been working on for the last couple of months. I want to interview as many people as I can. I want to share about life in Alaska. And of course, I want to include my favorite, which is lots and lots of nature footage. And I want to grow, and I want to fine-tune my abilities, and I want to see where this journey is really taking me. And I want to enjoy all of this. Well, that's easier said than done, isn't it? Sometimes we set goals, and I had this goal for a very long time. But then self-doubt set in, or somebody starts to critique your work. and you feel like maybe you're not good enough. That is exactly what happened to me, and I really started to question my ability as a videographer. I started to question if I am doing the right thing, if I can even do this. To interview people and to share about life in Alaska and to start small documentaries have been my goal for the last 5 or 6 years. And last summer, I really started the process. I found people who were willing to be in this documentary, and I started to film them, and I have so much footage. And my goal was to actually post it late fall of 23. And then, you know, things change. First of all, life happens and it just gets busier than you want to. But like I said, self-doubt crept in, and critique and people's opinions started to overshadow my joy of doing it. And I really started to question if I was doing the right thing or not. And it took me a while to realize that I need to give myself some grace, and that I have to learn how to trust my abilities, and that I need to let other people's opinions be other people's opinions. They can have their own, and I can have my own opinions about things. I also remembered that dreaming of capturing memories, that dreaming of filming, that dreaming of showing positive footage was just so strong, and it just really overshadowed all the negativity. And so here is me asking you to please hold me accountable. I want to do this, and I want to keep on going, and I don't want to feel discouraged anymore. I want to make a difference with my videos. I don't want the main focus of the videos to be myself or to make me feel better. I want to bring out the best in other people. I want to show and capture life's best moments. I want to focus on all the beautiful, encouraging feedback that I actually got from a lot of you guys, and I want to continue this journey. I don't want to focus on the negative. So here I am with my very first video of 2023. So what is this video about? Well, you saw in the intro that we traveled, and back in December we traveled home to Europe, and it was such a wonderful and such a refreshing and much needed trip. You know how December just always gets so busy, right? You feel obligated to go to all the different Christmas parties. The to-do list just seems to be so much longer than it normally is. And this year we felt it too. So for some reason, we planned our trip just right, because in mid-December we left Fairbanks and we flew to Germany. And it almost seemed like we escaped the craziness and the busyness, and so back home we could just really focus on lots of family time. And let me tell you, there is just something so magical about the Christmas time when you are in Europe. I love the Christmas markets and the lights and just the feeling that there is and all the good food. It was something that I needed so desperately without me even realizing that I needed it. We left Alaska and we flew to Germany, and we stayed there for 2 days. And it was just enough time to get over the first initial jet lag. And after 2 days, we continued our travel and we took another airplane ride and we flew to Florence, Italy. Emily studied abroad in Italy, and so we decided to pick her up and bring her back with us to Germany. And when we landed in Italy, we finally saw her again, and let me tell you, it was just such a special moment to just see her and to hug her again. We traveled 7,206 miles at this point, and we took 3 different airplane rides. We have been in airplanes for 16 hours. And we crossed an ocean. But all of this was just so worth it, just to hug my girl. So we spent a couple of days in Italy. Emily showed us where she lived. Emily showed us where she studied. She showed us great restaurants, and we really enjoyed that time, especially that family time that we had together. And then a couple of days later, we traveled back to Germany. But this time we decided we don't want to take a plane anymore. So we took the train. And it took us a total of 10 hours to travel from Florence, Italy to Frankfurt, Germany. But, and that still blows my mind, within those 10 hours, we traveled through 3 different countries. So we started in Italy, we went through Australia, and we arrived in Germany. And it was a really nice, relaxing, comfortable trip. And back in Germany, we celebrated Christmas together with my family, and it was a really, really good, memorable visit, and I really enjoyed every second of it. And I'll tell you what, I had the hardest time going back. I really had the hardest time saying bye at the airport. I wish I could have stayed a little bit longer. And it was hard to adjust back to the cold in Alaska after we enjoyed temperatures of 50, 60 degrees. And then we were back in the negatives again. So now we are back home. We still have a couple of days together before Emily leaves. And I actually decided to do something very different with the first video of 2023. I wanted to interview her for the longest time about her experience living abroad, living overseas, and studying abroad. And because this girl traveled to so many different countries while she was in Germany for 1 semester, I was just curious and I wanted to pick her brain. And so she allowed me to interview her. And so I am very, very pleased and very, very excited to show you my very first interview with my girl.
You want me to restart this?
Yes. How do I start? I don't want you to delete anything.
Thank you, Papa.
So what should I say?
Some
Oh,
people know that.
Okay. Year's fall semester. Last year's fall semester looked a little bit different for Emily.
Sure.
Right? Okay. Last year's fall semester looked a little bit different for Emily.
You said 10 to 15 minutes. It's been like 30 minutes.
But that was good, right?
Yeah.
That was good. Okay. last year's fall semester looked a little bit different for Emily. Normally, she studies in Virginia at Liberty University, but last August, she left us and she flew all the way to Italy to study abroad for 1 semester. So to start off, the very first video of this year, I asked Emily if she would like to, well, if I can interview her about her experience to study abroad and to live in Italy. And she said yes. So I took advantage of this opportunity. So thank you.
You're welcome.
So Emily, before you arrived in Italy, what were your expectations? And what were you most excited about?
Well, I think Italy is very romanticized when it comes to TikTok or Instagram or even on like some Facebook pages. So you kind of just expect this like Instagram social media like reality as soon as you get there. And that was very much not it. Especially since I was staying in Florence, which is like in Tuscany. That's always like all of the beautiful videos of those beautiful trees and the wine and like the countryside. And then I hopped out of the train because I landed in Rome and took the train up to Florence. And I was like, what is this? Because I was in the heart of Florence. And anyone who has ever been to Florence knows that the area around the train station is not the, how do I say, the most scenic view. I was like, oh, this is interesting. So I guess to some sort, I kind of felt a little disappointed. But that was also because I came in not with the proper understanding of the city and having unrealistic expectations because of what people post on social media.
And what were you most excited about?
I don't know what I was most excited about. I think I was most excited about trying food because I heard that a lot of people who have gluten problems in the US can eat food in Italy. So I was just most excited just to try it. And then I tried one and I was like, no problems. And I was like, let me try this and let me try this. So I think that's what I was most excited about, is being a normal human being for a few months and having good actual bread.
So what was your favorite food over there?
Pizza, of course. So good. No one has I have not seen one that was as good as Italian pizza like in America. Like, it just doesn't compare.
So the first night when we arrived in Florence to pick Emily up in December, she took us to
Gusto Leo.
Yes, and that was your favorite.
It's a very good pizza place and not super popular, so you can usually walk in and always have a seat too. So,
and just in case you're wondering, it is true. Italians do eat pizza with a fork and a knife.
Oh, do not ever. I literally had to get on to my brother about eating pizza with his hands.
Yes.
I was like, do not do that. Absolutely not. That is so no. That is not a thing to do.
So looking back and being back in the States, what did you like most about being in Italy? What did you appreciate it most?
I think that's such a hard question to choose an answer for, is because there's so many things I appreciate about just European lifestyle in general, and specifically Italian. I think just the way they handle their food is something I really appreciated, and you could taste it, is their approach to food and being known for the pasta and the pizza and the really good food, the Italian food everybody loves. But when you actually learn, it's so simplistic. It's the less ingredients, but good. They love their simplicity and everything they try to do in season. And if it's not in season, then they do something different. And you could really taste the difference in eating tomatoes that are in season and different things that are out of season. It's just so cool to witness. So I think that's something I really appreciated, is them using very minimal ingredients and making it very simplistic, but it's so good overall.
So when we went to Florence, we did take a pasta making class. And that was one of the highlights for us being over there. And whatever Emily said was like true, because I was shocked whenever we learned how to make pasta. It was flour, but it was really good flour. And it was egg, quality egg, organic. And that was it. And then we boiled it in salty water.
It was super good.
And it was fantastic. And even the spaghetti sauce that she made with it was all homemade from organic tomatoes. And that's it.
Yeah.
So you also visited other countries while you were there. Do you want to share where you all went?
Yeah, I kind of went to a lot of different places. I spent a lot of time exploring Italy though, because from what I noticed, a lot of study abroad students will just immediately jump and every single weekend go to a separate country. And it's like their goal is to hit as many countries as possible instead of actually like staying somewhere and getting to know the country. Because we all are like, oh, Italy's so amazing, or Paris and like France, that's so cool. Like I love to go there. But then a lot of study abroad students get to Italy and they're like, okay, now get me out of Italy, get me to other places. So I spent a lot of time going throughout Italy. So I went to about like 4 different towns in the Siena province area. I went to Rome like twice, once with you guys. I went to Milan, Lake Como, the Dolomites, and then just a couple places like Pisa, and within like a day trip of Florence. And then I went to Austria, Innsbruck, Austria, because it's in the Austrian Alps and it's so beautiful. I went to Bergen, Norway. I wanted to go somewhere that other people don't, so I chose Norway. And it's also super safe for solo travelers, especially females, so that's also one reason I went. Then I went to Copenhagen, Denmark, and from there you can take the train over to Sweden. So I did that. And then I was in Paris for a few hours, and then Netherlands for a few hours, and Dublin, Ireland. And that's all of them. Yeah, that's all the places I went to.
So what was the favorite place in Italy?
My favorite place in Italy was... I went to Castle Ruth in northern Italy. It's a small town in the Dolomites, and I really liked it there. I think that's probably my favorite place in Italy. They also spoke German there, which was really nice for me because I could speak the language and read things. And it was so beautiful. I've never seen grass so green in like mid-October. The mountains were gorgeous, and we were just hiking, and we just see like these horses on the side of this hill, and it was just so magical.
So besides Italy, all the other places that you visited, which one was your favorite?
That's so hard to choose. So I love Norway.
Why?
Because everything there just made sense. Like the way of life, the way people behave, it's so welcoming, so inviting. Everything's so clean and so beyond safe that I knew if I would walk at 2 a.m. down this dark path, nothing would happen to me. I think I like Norway that way, but I loved Ireland because the people were just so cool. Like the people made it amazing, and the nature and the cliffs, it was amazing. Yeah. So it's a tie between Norway and Ireland. I like them both for very different things.
So in Norway, you got us something very special.
Yeah, so in Norway, apparently there's like these tales or things about the trolls that live there. And so a lot of souvenir places have trolls. So I found one with a man and a woman there with a cute little umbrella of the Norwegian flag. So I got that for Mom and Dad because I thought it was really funny because they have really long noses too.
And then we got those mugs from Ireland.
Yeah, I found them at this really cute little shop in Dublin, yeah.
Yeah, and they were so cute. Looking back, would you do all of this again?
I think that's such a hard question because I feel like as I speak for a lot of study abroad students, you kind of go into it very blindly and then you just kind of go for it. And then looking back, you're like, oh, I wonder how this might have turned out here, or I might have done this differently. So I don't think I could fully say like I would do it again or I wouldn't do it again. I would do the study abroad experience again. If I were to do it differently, knowing now I'd probably do my study abroad experience in Ireland because I really enjoyed it there. It was definitely my vibe.
And that was one of your first picks.
I was choosing between going at an Irish university in Maynooth, Ireland, or Florence. And I chose Florence because it's a really popular study abroad place.
Last question.
Okay.
If you could sum up your experience in Europe in 3 words.
3 words? I just want to probably like just personal growth.
Okay.
That's probably it. Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that was the very, very first video of January 2024. I do have to say, I was so nervous doing this interview because normally I'm never really in the interviews. And this has been weird. And I think I was so nervous because it was you. But this has been fun. So with that being said, we have lots of new videos that I plan on doing, lots of documentaries, lots of different videos too. And I know I have one big cheerleader next to me. And again, I'm excited at the end of the year to look back on all the memories, all the adventures that I captured, all the stories that other people shared with me, and just to grow. So, all right, thank you for watching.
You hold this map, I'll hold your hand. Take this love around the world. Don't mind those crows buzzing around your head. Nothing's gonna hurt your girl. I believe we're here for a while, then we die. But I believe this love is stronger than you and I. Let's take the Jeep alone to my dad. I know just the thing to do. Don't mind the law, hard on our heels. No one's gonna come for you. I believe we're here for a while, then we die. But I believe this love is stronger than you and I believe we're here for a while, then we die. But I believe this love is stronger than you and I. I wanna be where the sun comes up with you. I wanna go where the feeling of the chases new. Seasons are changing, love is amazing. Everyone's waiting for something worth braving. So I wanna take it, take love around the world with you.
So there it is. Very first video.
this map, I'll hold your hand. Take this love around the world.